Lola is sitting in her apartment when suddenly the phone rings. It's Mani. His voice is tense and full of fear. He has just lost a huge sum of money, 100,000 marks, which he was supposed to give to a powerful gangster. Lola realizes that time is short, and if Mani doesn't return the money, his life will be in danger. Mani tells her that on his way to the bandit, he was on the subway and forgot his bag with the money when he got off. He came back, but the bag was gone. Mani suspects a homeless man took it. Now he has only 20 minutes to find the money, otherwise he will be in mortal danger. In desperation, Mani says that the only option he sees is to rob the store. Lola is terrified. She knows she has to help him. Leaving the phone receiver, she immediately springs into action. Lola's mind is racing with thoughts of how to save Mani. The clock is ticking and every second counts. Suddenly, she gets an idea that she should contact her father, who works in a bank. Lola decides that her father can give her the money that will save Mani. She glances at her watch, realizing that she has very little time. Lola runs out of the apartment and begins her desperate run through the streets of the city. She runs through narrow alleys, crossing roads and squares, swiftly passing people and transportation. On her way, Lola encounters a variety of people. She encounters a woman with a child, accidentally pushes a cyclist, sees a car pass by with men who shout something after her. Each such encounter is like a glimpse of a new plot, where the fates of these people change depending on her actions. The movie shows flashbacks of their futures for a few seconds. A woman with a child first wins the lottery, and then in another version she loses everything, and the cyclist loses his job and becomes rich. Lola influences their fates without even realizing it. Lola breaks into the bank where her father works. She hopes that he will help her, because it's a matter of life and death. But meeting him is not what she expected. Lola's father is preoccupied with personal problems. He tells her that he is leaving Lola's mother and that he has been with another woman for a long time. This comes as a shock to Lola, and she realizes that she can't count on her father. Her father doesn't want to help her, but only delves into his personal dramas. Lola panics, realizing that she needs to find another way. She runs out of the bank and continues her run through the city again. Meanwhile, Mani grows increasingly desperate. He waits by the payphone in the small store, but Lola does not appear. Panic grows inside him. He begins to think that Lola won't be able to help him in time and that he needs to find a solution himself. With only minutes left to measure his chances of escape, Mani decides to commit a robbery. He enters the store and snatches a gun, threatening the cashier. The situation becomes critical, and every step brings him closer to possible disaster. At this point, fate takes its first turn. Lola is late. Mani dies in a shootout with the police, who manages to arrive at the scene of the robbery. However, the story does not end there. Time seems to reset, and Lola gets a second chance to fix everything. The second attempt begins with the same call from Mani, who asks for help. Lola, as if repeating her actions, again rushes into a run. But this time the events are a little different. Running through the streets of the city, she encounters the same people, but in a different way. In this scenario, Lola acts more confident. Her steps seem faster and more precise. She makes it to the bank, but again encounters the same problems with her father. This time, however, Lola does not back down. She decides to go to the extreme and pulls out a gun and threatens her father, demanding money. The shocked father reluctantly agrees, and Lola leaves with the money. But even with this success, the situation does not unfold in her favor. She fails to reach Mani in time. Mani ends up clashing with the police again, and everything ends tragically. But time rolls back again. The third chance gives Lola a chance to right all wrongs. This time she acts differently from the beginning. Instead of running to her father, she decides to follow her instincts. She runs through the city trying to find a better solution. On her way, Lola crosses paths with the same people again, but her actions elicit very different reactions. She accidentally runs into the same homeless man who took Mani's money on the subway, and in a desperate attempt to catch up with him, the homeless man, realizing that the situation is serious, gives the money to Lola, and she runs to Mani. This time Mani almost decides to rob the store, but Lola manages at the last moment. She brings him the money and the situation is finally resolved without tragedy. Lola and Mani are saved and their lives are not subject to destruction as they might have been in previous attempts. The story ends at the moment when Lola and Mani are walking down the street, realizing that they were able to avoid tragedy thanks to Lola's desperate actions and her ability to act quickly and decisively.